Greetings. Welcome to my channel. My name is Adam, nice to meet you. This is an excerpt from my personal EMDR therapy post, which can be found at www.ptsdanddepression.com. There will also be a link in the video description below. A brief overview of my mental health plan. Okay, it is time to go over how I have been attacking my mental health issues. I'm hoping this will clear up any confusion about what kind of waters I'm wading into. Disclaimer: I'm not a medical professional nor an expert in mental health. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. Which mental health problems do I tackle first? My childhood, my depression. So when I initially started going to therapy, I was asked where I wanted to start. Recognizing that I had issues long before the military, I decided that tackling my childhood issues first made the most sense. I figured if I had a clean slate going into my PTSD, I would be able to handle that part better. My therapist at the time seemed to agree with my logic, which is why, even though this site is called PTSDanddepression.com, you don't see any PTSD-specific therapy sessions yet. I am just now starting to wade into these waters, and there be monsters. The PTSD sessions will come, I can promise you. Join me at PTSDanddepression.com to keep tabs on me. You can find a link in the video description. What I am currently doing to battle my PTSD, depression. Online journaling at least once a week. Doing my own creative art therapy projects. Walking at least 1 hour most days. Being open about my struggles. General therapy thoughts. For me, the hardest part was admitting I need help to a complete stranger. If you are in the military and want to get help, but afraid you'll get punished to lose your clearance. I had a top secret CNWIDI clearance, and I was still able to operate after I walked into medical and broke down in tears asking for help. This, of course, is on a case-by-case basis. You can go to therapy and not be in therapy at all. Research disassociation. Disassociation is a slippery thing. I literally had to force my brain to stay in my body like it was a fish caught on a line and it did not want to be caught. It is extremely painful stuff. It doesn't matter what type of trauma you go through. This shit hurts, but it can get better, but you have to want it. I wish I could give you a peek into what I have seen so far, but I guess you'll just have to settle for my blog posts. You will have to walk down the path on your own, but that doesn't mean you have to be alone. Find people that love and support you to give you high fives on the way. Think you don't have anyone? Yeah, I've been there as well. I'll try to be one of them if you need me to be. It is exhausting, but you know what is even more exhausting? Keeping everything inside. It takes an incredible amount of energy to keep negative thoughts inside. I heard that somewhere, but I didn't really understand until I was able to let something go. It is an incredibly slow process, especially when you are resisting and you don't even know it. Holding back information will hinder your healing. I'll never forget the first time I told my therapist that I was thinking about suicide. It felt great, and it wasn't a surprise to them. Being open to others about your mental health invites others to share their own issues and experiences. Hell, I tell random strangers these days, lol. My EMDR experience so far. The EMDR experience in general is just interesting. I have seen real signs of progress for once, but with all of the other things I'm doing, it is hard to say which thing is actually working, but I can say for sure that the entire combo of what I am using is working. It is a confusing thing to wrap your head around. I spent the first 1 or 2 sessions trying to understand what was going on, but it really started working when I stopped trying so hard. I feel lighter. I've bawled my eyes out as well. While doing talk therapy, it took me 18 months to even crack a whisper of a tear, and it was gone just as fast. EMDR did it in 2 sessions. I have had some wild dreams, but nothing too bad. I felt the feeling of excitement for the first time in a very long time. I am remembering things from my past that I couldn't recall before. I feel less withdrawn. I feel less vulnerable to stress. If you would like to learn more, you can read the rest of my article in the link provided in the video description.